Yo, 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 Z here. So, I saw this video where inmates at a jail, I can't remember the county, because I actually downloaded this video a while ago, a couple weeks, or a week or so. Um, anyways, these inmates take a correctional officer hostage, and, I'm gonna play the video. I'm gonna have to blur quite a bit of it out, because it gets pretty fucking graphic. Um, But I don't know. I used to be a correctional officer, so something about it just like, let's just watch the video. For a good portion of it, there's no sound. But as you can see, inmate right there is taking the officer down the stairs. And is going to be taking him over to this table. I guess he's giving a little speech or monologue about how he's a badass for taking a correctional officer hostage. Some shit. Having him sit on the table. All the other guys, see this? That's the part where it gets really scary. Is all the other dudes coming down too. Keep note of that dude with his shirt off to the right. He just walked off camera. This part was kind of scary. You do not want to get bent over a fucking table. Well, that's ooh, creepy. But then he just pulls him on, so. And this guy, he has a sharp. Yeah, ouch. Looks to be a sharp. I don't know. It's probably just a fucking shiv, and he just. Ugh. I'm not really. I think that this is the setup as to why the this is the setup to the correctional officer being taken hostage. I think. I believe they're just like putting on a fight so they could, you know, take him hostage. That was something I was warned about when I was a correctional officer. Was fake fights. I was told to always keep my distance and have people, stay 10 feet away from me. And then, yeah. Oh, they come in. That dude goes down. He's a nice bloody fucking mess on the ground. And I don't know if it was on purpose, but if it was on purpose, it's a damn good idea. The correctional officer actually gets on his knees. You'll see here in a second. Just a better angle. Gets on his knees, right? And see where his foot is placed? Because when they start firing, I'm pretty sure he specifically starts rolling down the stairs. To safety. Dude, that motherfucker. Hold up, honestly. Just check out this fucking dude's like straight up Red Dead Redemption 2 fucking Deadeye. Damn, dude, what the fuck? His vision went red, dude. He put the fucking targets on that dude's head. Look at that. Blam, blam. Like fucking goddamn. Jesus Christ. I don't know what she's saying. Probably something in relation to them deploying some kind of... I know they deploy some kind of tear gas, I think. Which is probably something in relation to that. I still don't know what she's fucking saying, honestly. Yeah, nice fucking. This is when they deploy whatever they're using. It's probably some kind of tear gas or some riot control gas. Now they're gonna go and put everything back into order. Remove the body first off. Secure the sharp weapon. There you go. I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, okay. That's what they had. That was the sharpened piece of metal. And that's the end of that video. So let's switch back over here. I mean, that really depends on your tolerance to that kind of stuff. Yeah, when I went to working at the jail that I worked at, it was nowhere near as big as that one, small county jail, but, you know, we did have multiple pods and, you know, plenty of people in each pod, so we had, you know, same kind of like, here's the thing, man. When you work in a jail, it's not always like stress, you know, like it also just depends on what kind of jail, because in some jails they have to sit in the middle of the room, right? And just keep an eye on everything. We had security cameras, and the pods weren't big enough to have like a desk, and we didn't have enough people to be set up in like every pod like that. So it's a much different thing. But still, like being around inmates, I was threatened many times. I tased people. I pepper sprayed them. JPX. Or I should really say OC spray instead of pepper spray. But, you know, you get the point. JPX, too. You don't know what that is. It's a two-shot. It looks kind of like a handgun. It has, like, a cartridge that you pull off, and it's... Imagine, like, where the barrel is. It's like a two-shot cartridge that you pull off, and you can replace it. Shoots a very condensed cayenne pepper gel. When you shoot someone in the face with it, it looks like you just broke their fucking nose. And it really can break their fucking nose if you're not careful. It shoots very hard. I actually had a buddy of mine. He was on my shift. I won't give his name. At any rate, he was on my shift. It was me, the sergeant on shift, and my coworker. The coworker came. He was kind of the last one in that group. It was just me and the sergeant on shift. But he came in later, and he adapted pretty well to everything. He was a little bit hot-headed. I keep my cool for the most part, even though I have a temper. I just, you know, I would go home and unleash there, listen to fucking angry music and drink and shit like that. It's a hard job. It's really, you know. But anyways, getting back to the story. This buddy of mine, after I left, I gave them all, like, you know, take care of yourself. I hope everything goes well. And my buddy on shift, he started taking over his own shift. And they pulled one, I guess, I don't really know the circumstances, I only know what really happened as far as, like, to him. But they pulled someone to the front of the desk. You know, there's 2 detox chambers in front of the correctional officer desk. They pulled him in there, and I don't know, he was pretending to have a seizure or something to that degree, so they popped it open. Dude grabbed him. The inmate grabbed my buddy and took his JPX, shot him point blank in the face, broke his nose. He was choking on blood. They had to rush him directly to the, the biggest hospital nearby, and he ended up being okay. It's just, he quit. Like, he was in the hospital for like a week on pain meds. He called me up. I hadn't talked to him for a minute, but he just called me up. He was kind of loopy. And he was just talking about his family and how he wished that they didn't have to. He had a kid. He has a kid. I shouldn't say had. He didn't die. But he has a kid, and he just wished that they didn't have to know that his wife's husband, his child's father, was almost killed. People in jail, prison, they're not all bad. I'm telling you, the bad ones are fucking animals, dude. They're fucking savage. We found many shivs. You want to talk about racism in America. There's nothing more racist. And I've been, working at the jail. There's genuine fucking racist there. There's nothing more racist than someone telling you that you don't even factor as a person in their life because of your skin color. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about one of the inmates that would come, because sometimes I worked up in the tower, and this guy was a cook, so they would bring me stuff, food, and he would, just talk to me about black people, and he would just, he didn't even factor them as a person. Like, they didn't even cross his mind. They were just so nothing. And I got called a bunch of racial stuff by black people. That's where you see the true fucking racism. People want to scream racism all fucking day, and I'm not getting into politics because I really don't give a shit. I'm just giving them more of my situation, what I experienced working at the jail. That's where you see the real fucking racism. You know, that's where the real shit. That's where the real fucking demons of people come out. And you got these correctional officers that have to deal with it on a fucking daily basis. A lot of them, they can't, I don't know, they want to either become police, so I think that's their way to get in, or they just don't have a way to make money, so they deal with other people's demons on a daily fucking basis. And I went through that. The only reason I worked at a jail was because they needed people and I needed money. I was like 20 when I started working there. Maybe 21. And I saw, some bad shit in there a couple of times, yeah. Including I saw police brutality. That does exist. Stand with the blue, whatever. And that's whatever. That's, again, I don't want to get into politics. But I did see police brutality. In my mind, everybody brutalizes each other. And they'll take whatever reason they can get to do it. That's just what I think. Whether it be for race, religion, because they have power, class. It could simply just be that they think they're superior, But the core of it all is that they're just gonna try and brutalize you regardless. And they'll just pick whatever reason to stand on to do it. But just to, I won't talk too much more about this, but I'll just give like a kind of an example as to what it was like working in in a jail. Boring. Boring and then very stressful. It would be, you know, I'd get there. I work night shift, 12 hours. I would get there. I would bring in, you know, water jugs to the inmates. I would collect trays, take out their garbage, make sure everybody gets locked down for the night. And then during that period, it's just all quiet until about 4 in the morning. Gotta wake up the cooks, get their, you know, food ready, the morning chow. And it's pretty boring, you know, sitting there for, I'd say probably about 9 hours every day at night, just thinking. Sometimes bullshitting with your coworkers. That was that was what made it so hard when I heard that my friend got, and that's the reason I call him my friend. It's because, you know, dick around for 9 hours every night, and then you also do perimeter checks and cell checks, shit like that. But you know, talking to just and I'm not a big fucking talker, so usually I just listen to them. I bullshit a little bit here and there. I'd write a lot. And just like, I don't know. I'll just write a lot of shit. But here, the part that really gets tough is when you are just writing or bullshitting or doing whatever you're doing, and then a fight breaks out. And you're like, oh fuck, you know? Every time you step into one of those pods, you're like, oh, what the fuck's gonna happen? Not to get off track, but I've had to deal with a riot situation before, and it didn't get violent, but it very easily could have. They broke broomsticks and wrapped their faces, and because they thought that would protect them from OC spray or JPX, which it wouldn't. No, that stuff's too pungent. But you know, standing at like, having like a group of people behind you and then stepping up and being face to face next to an officer and just staring down like 40 dudes in one pod with broken broomsticks and probably a shiv back in their waistband, you know, it's like, fuck, dude, what the hell? I might die right here. But that's the thing about me, is that I guess I'm not really scared to die. It's a matter of life, right? But at the same time, it does like stress you out. So, you know, every time you do step into one of those pods, when a fight happens, it's like, fuck, is this the time to go? I guess I'm not fucking going home and playing Outward. I guess my last drink was good enough, you know. Too bad I didn't get to say bye to my dad. Too bad I didn't get to, you know, say bye to my mom. I got friends. You know, it's like, it's just a weird mixture of emotions and thoughts when you're faced with something that, you know, the odds of you dying they go significantly up when you go into one of those, inmate pods. And you know, there's a reason they go a procedure. They give you tasers. They tell you to stay back. Because these people are fucking dangerous. We had MS-13, Crips, we had Bloods, a lot of local gangs too. We had one guy that fucking stabbed and raped his grandmother. We had one guy that shot his son. One guy that shot his fucking classmate, burned the body. One guy that raping children, he's a fucking pastor. It's fucking, you know, being around people like that just gets you. So you're just faced with like a mixture of emotions. And I'm just saying what's impulsively on my mind right now, you know. It's really, here's the thing about me, is I don't ever like I try not to take a hardline stance. I usually do take a hardline stance, but I revert on it because, you know, I can feel one way one minute and then feel another way the next minute. And, It's just a mixture of things. Saying things so concretely, um, things go back and forth. And, yeah, I don't know. So, that's my experience working at a jail. There's the hostage thing going on. It was resolved. The officer still lived. That guy obviously didn't. And, hope this wasn't too, like, edgy for you. Or too, it was pretty serious, but I hope it wasn't, like, edgy. I just wanted to show that video off and talk about an experience I had, I guess. I usually talk and I don't have something to talk about, but in this particular case, I had something to talk about. And I hope it was fruitful or entertaining or interesting to you. So, all right, appreciate it.